Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youths and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. This 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor. Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm buried sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. You know, I'll bet you 95, 98% of all the podcasts today, Wednesday, all the Substack, all the conversation on social media, the political talk on social media today, all the podcasts, all the cable news shows, everybody's going to be focused on a couple things. That Senate primary in Michigan, what it means for the Democratic Party, and this Ohio Congressman, Max Miller, who's just an ugly, ugly abuser, physical abuser, sexual abuser of women. And that's all everybody's going to be talking about, probably including, though, anything stupid, cruel, un-American, dishonest that Trump will undoubtedly say today. It's like we're all a hive. I don't want to be part of this hive. And we all kind of, it's like a rugby match. We're all in a scrum and we all follow the sexy, stupid political story on social media. And it's, oh my God, the anti-Israel, anti-Jew socialist won the Democratic primary in Michigan, whatever your take is. Oh my God, Max Miller, Ohio congressman. He's got to step down. He won't step down. The Republican Party doesn't care, and on it will go. Not that there's not any truth to all of that, but we all chase the hot takes and the sexy shit on political media. And so much of the important stuff gets ignored. Like a headline like this. I'll be willing to dare, Keith, put that up when you have a second, about the spouses and the parents of our military members. Thank you, my friend. I'll be willing to bet that there ain't another podcast in the country this morning that's going to lead with this important story. I'm going to bet that there ain't a Substack live today, Wednesday, talking about this story. I'm going to bet you're not going to see a lot of play about this on social media today because it's not as sexy as the other political shit, but dozens and dozens of spouses and parents of our military members have been held, detained, and deported. Keep that up for one more sec, Keith. The headline that probably nobody will talk about today. Dozens and dozens of military spouses and parents have been grabbed, detained, and deported as part of Trump's and ICE's immigration crackdown. Thanks, Keith. This is a big deal. This is a big deal because, again, it goes to who we are as a country. This is a big deal because it actually goes to the readiness of our military. We've got immigrants serving in our military. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of them. And we've got an immigration enforcement regime right now grabbing, disappearing, oftentimes right now deporting the spouses and the parents of those military members, of those men and women who've put the fucking uniform of this country on and have put their life at risk. And because of what ICE is doing, because of what Trump has told ICE to doing, these members of the military are losing their spouses, losing their parents, their family members. As with everything, it comes down to really us. Like, is this what you want America to be? You've got an immigrant who signs up to serve in the United States military. You've got an immigrant who goes through what he's got to go through to put that uniform of this country on, who's willing to put his life on the line. And along come these masked federal thugs, and they disappear his wife. They disappear her husband. They deport his mother. They deport her father. Is this what you want America to be? We've again, the context here that again, so few people pay attention to what matters in this industry I'm in. So few people pay attention to what matters. Our military has had a policy in place now for years. It's called parole in place. And what parole in place means is, what this program means is, it allows family members of soldiers to change their legal status. So you're a soldier, you're a service member in our military. It allows family members of those service members to change their immigration status. It's called parole in place, to become legal because their husband, their wife, their son, their daughter has put the uniform on to defend this country. Parole in place, it's called. Well, wouldn't you know it, Trump said, fuck that program. And Donald Trump enacted a new policy months ago that basically says, fuck military service. Military service does not exempt anybody in this country from the consequences of violating U.S. immigration laws. So if you're the wife, the husband of a military member, if you're the mother, the father of a United States service member, screw you. You're no longer protected by parole in place. You're no longer protected by this country. And so Trump's completely changed this policy, gotten rid of parole in place. And now we're seeing the results of this. Upwards of more than 50 spouses and parents, and the number is likely way higher, have been held, detained, or deported. And I don't know, I want to believe that everybody listening to me right now, first of all, I hope damn near everybody left, right, middle listening to me right now believes as I do that this is just fucking wrong. This is cruel. This is un-American. We make a bond with those who serve. We make a deal with those who put the uniform on and serve this country. We make a lot of deals with them. When they that we break. When they come home, we're going to take care of them. When they come home, they're going to have damn good health care. When they come home, we're not going to let these men and women who wore the uniform be homeless, be unemployed. They served this country. We're going to take care of them. And part of the deal of that is you put the uniform on, you serve the country, your husband, your wife, your parents are protected when it comes to immigration in this country. Their legal status can be changed. Why? Because their husband, their wife, their son, their daughter has made the ultimate sacrifice, has put themselves at risk. So I want to believe everybody listening to me understands what a shitty thing this is that Trump has thrown that deal out the window. But no matter what you think of Trump, and what a shitty thing this is. It's so analogous to everything Trump does. It's like all the Afghan nationals who served alongside our troops in Afghanistan year after year, put their lives on the line every single day, serving alongside our military members in Afghanistan. And the United States said, thank you. And because of that, you and your families come on to America, come here, live a life here, live a great life here. We'll protect you here. And then Trump comes along and tears up that deal. Same thing here. Doesn't matter anymore if you serve in the military. You're married to a woman who's got whose immigration status is not yet complete. Screw that. Get her out of the country. Your dad, hey, Army guy, Army boy, thank you for your service. But your dad, who's been living in this country for 32 years, we're deporting him back to Mexico. Now get back out there on the front lines and put your body on the line. Couple things here. Again, the title of this show is Donald Trump is destroying our military and he doesn't give a fuck. In so many ways. I mean, his stupid illegal war in Iran, where basically we've run out of munitions. We've run out of long-range missiles. Morale in our military is in the toilet. What do you think this is going to do for morale? You're an immigrant serving in our military, and this is what this country does to your wife. This country detains your wife in front of your 6-year-old daughter. What do you think that's going to do to that Army sergeant's morale? That Army sergeant's readiness? Do you know that this country historically has spent a lot of money recruiting immigrants to serve in our military? Promoting service in our military, promoting the benefits to immigrants of putting that uniform on and serving the country. And part of that recruitment has been serve this country. You'll be taken care of. Your families will be taken care of. parole in place, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, your family members will be protected. Yeah, it's part of how we've rightly recruited immigrants to serve in our military. And Trump tears that up. Army Sergeant Heather Juarez. Army Sergeant Heather Juarez. His wife was detained at a Walmart outside of Fort Bliss in Texas in front of his 6-year-old child. Army Sergeant down at Fort Bliss. His wife goes out to shop at the Walmart outside of Fort Bliss. She's detained. She's grabbed by ICE. Army Sergeant Heather Juarez asks, how can I even focus on my military career because now I have to worry about how my wife is doing? MAGA, answer that. Answer, Army Sergeant Heather Juarez. How does he concentrate on his job helping to keep America safe? He doesn't know where the fuck his wife is. He doesn't know how his wife's doing. Hey, answer that, MAGA. How is that? How's that helpful toward military readiness? Air Force Sergeant Wendy Grieve. Her father was deported back to Mexico. This Air Force Sergeant Wendy Grieve said, it's the most helpless feeling I've ever had. Army Staff Sergeant Alexis Jaramillo. He had to go on administrative leave to take care of a young child after his wife was detained. An Army Staff Sergeant. You just want to talk military readiness? Had to go on administrative leave to care for his young child. Why? Because his wife was detained. U.S. Army Special Sergeant Romero Ralios, who prior to his service in the military worked at the southern border. His father was recently deported. And this U.S. Army sergeant said, it's karma. I should have known. All those families that I broke up at the southern border, it's karma. I have regrets. And then there's Captain Mohammed Elamola, a commanding officer, who said, the military is losing its credibility. These people put the uniform on, they put their life on the line, and this is how we treat them? Answer that, MAGA. Answer that. You're an immigrant serving this country. This is what we do to you? We tear up the deal we had with you. We eliminate all protections that any of your family members have. We get rid of their process, their spouses, their parents, to become legal citizens of this country. We just get rid of that and we deport them back to the country of their origin. Is this how we should treat the men and women who put that uniform on? Again, I'm going to say it. I don't know where else you're going to get anybody talking about this story. It's all going to be Abdul al-Saeed and the Democratic infighting and Republicans are abusing women and blah, 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 and they don't care and blah, blah, blah. Boom, boom, boom. Our military readiness is being directly impacted by what ICE is doing, by what these masked federal thugs are doing. Donald Trump, in just this one example, is negatively impacting our military readiness, period. He's devastating the morale in the military. Man, he's negatively impacting military recruitment. Good luck. Hey, Army and all the rest of you, all you other military branches, good luck now recruiting immigrants to serve in our military. Good luck. Have fun with that. You see, boys and girls, what ICE is doing, what Trump is doing, this ugly, dark, extreme, cruel, un-American immigration enforcement is impacting this entire country in ways you never even imagined. You just thought, I'm going to vote for Trump and we're going to get rid of the worst of the worst, Joe. Oh man, if I had $1 for every time somebody told me that before the 2024 election, Joe, Trump's going to come into office. We're going to get rid of the worst of the worst, man. Right? We're long overdue, man. That's what we got to do. The worst of the worst, the worst of the worst. How you like me now? How you like me now? You tell me, MAGA, worst of the worst. You tell me that Army Sergeant Heather Juarez's wife, his wife, mother of a 6-year-old child, no criminal record. You tell me she's shopping at a Walmart outside of Fort Bliss where they are stationed. You tell me how detaining her is getting rid of the worst of the worst. You tell me, MAGA, give me a thumbs up, MAGA. That's the worst of the worst. Shame on you. Fucking shame on Trump. And shame on anybody who supports this. And again, it's up to us. If this is what you want America to be, family members of U.S. military service members being detained and deported, if this is what you want America to continue to do, then by God, vote Republican in November. But if you believe in your head and in your heart, this is not what America is, this is not what America should be, then damn it, again, broken record, I don't give a flying fuck what you think about the Democratic Party. You are obligated to vote Democrat up and down the ballot in November. Hey, just real quickly on this Max Miller, Ohio congressman, he's a thoroughly bad guy, separated from his wife. He did horribly violent things to her, poured hot scalding water on her head, was physically abusive, would beat her up. He broke his young daughter's collarbone. Just a bad, horrible guy. And yes, hey, utterly, I heard a Republican on TV yesterday say, a Republican talking head, not an elected official, say that Max Miller, who's up for re-election this November, that Max Miller should step down and that Republicans should get another candidate because Max Miller, this Republican talking head said, is morally bankrupt. And I heard that and I laughed. And I laughed. Because a political party that makes Donald Trump its leader has lost all right to call any other Republican morally bankrupt. A political party that put Donald Trump in power lost all right declaring any other Republican as morally bankrupt. A political party that worships the ground that Donald Trump walks on has no fucking business saying any other Republican is morally bankrupt. But the point I wanted to make is this: there is pressure now among some for Max Miller to get off the ballot and not run for re-election. Again, not a lot of pressure, but some pressure from Republicans. Max Miller is going on TV these days, and he's defiant. He ain't going anywhere. He ain't stepping down. In fact, we got a little clip of him right here. Play that if you got it, Keith.
Here's the thing. You're talking about a level of standard of proof that has to do with judges, and there is separately a different level when it comes to what kind of behavior is tolerated among public officials. Because there are now three women who have accused you of violent behavior. Politico published a report in 2021 that says when you were in high school, you, quote, pushed a girl out of the dorm of his room and she fell down some stairs after he became enraged when she resisted his attempts to touch her, according to three people who were there and many more who heard about the incident in the aftermath. Now, you deny that, but the woman in question told Mother Jones reporter Abby Vasulis just days ago that it happened and was, quote, one of the more traumatic nights of her life.
Well,
now,
I would love for that individual to go on the record because that.
Okay.
Jake, I was
hold on, because I'm not done with the list of women that have accused you of violence. Then there is former White House press secretary. Okay, you were young. Then there's former White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham, who was your ex-girlfriend. She accused you of being abusive and having a violent streak. She wrote in her book, quote, I could do nothing right by him. I would wake up every morning shaking with anxiety about his mood that day. I had seen his temper before and it had scared me, unquote. She has recently filed a temporary restraining order against you in a defamation case. And now there are these claims from your ex-wife, Emily Marino. And I guess the question is, are all three of these women who don't know each other, are all three of them lying?
Yes, it's very easy, and I can tell you why. Every single time, and people have asked me, you know, what
that's
are you
enough,
gonna do?
Keith. That's
are you
enough.
Gonna drop
Thanks,
out of
man.
This race? Are you
Thanks, man. He went on and on and on and on to deny everything he did to his ex-wife, anything he did to any other woman. The only point I want to make with this story was, and look, he's up for re-election. There are some Republicans pressuring him to get out. He represents a Trump district, but it's going to be a competitive race, and you know he may lose to the Democrat if he stays on the ballot. The only point that's interesting to me is that I brought up before. All of these Republicans have learned from Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump's just a horrible guy. Dozens and dozens and dozens of women have accused him of sexual harassment, sexual abuse. He's an adjudicated rapist. He's a serial adulterer. Donald Trump has treated women like dogs his whole life. But what Trump has done is lie about it all. Deny, lie, deny, attack. Lie, deny, attack. Never take accountability, never take responsibility, never apologize. Always play the victim. Lie, lie, lie. Play the victim. Lie, lie, lie. Play stupid. Lie, lie, lie. Attack the media. All the Republicans now are doing this. They've all learned from Trump. Max Miller, same thing yesterday in all of his TV appearances. Copying verbatim from the Trump playbook. Lie, attack the media. Lie, never take responsibility. Lie, play the victim. Lie, never apologize. Lie, attack the women. Lie, never ever back down. Lie, never take accountability. Lie, on and on and on it goes. Every member of my former political party has learned from Trump. You never apologize for anything you've done. You never accept responsibility. You never say you were wrong. Don't show any shame. Lie. And just lie. Double down and lie. Lie, lie, lie. This is what Trump's done his whole life. And what makes me so sad is every single Republican has learned from him. And to be clear, it's worked for Trump, right? It's worked for Trump. My God, he became president twice. He's spent his entire life lying, cheating, lying, never, ever backing down, never apologizing, never, ever accepting responsibility for anything, and always lying, and always attacking, and always playing the victim. Trump's done this his whole life. It is the antithesis. It's the antithesis of what a real man does, but it's the antithesis of what any good person does. But politically, it's worked for Trump. And every single Republican these last 10 years, they've watched, and they've learned from Trump. And like Max Miller now, they're all doing it. An entire political party. Never, ever, ever accepting responsibility for any wrongdoing. Always playing the victim. It's all part of Trump's legacy. It's all part of Trump's legacy. Hey, last quick thought. There was a big Senate primary, Democratic primary in Michigan yesterday. Abdul El-Sayed won by just a whisker. I mean a whisker. It was basically almost a tie. He won by like some 15,000 votes. He got something like 48% of the vote. She got something like 48% of the vote. But he won. Barely. And two thoughts. Again, not to spend a lot of time on this because Democrats can fight about this and talk about this till the cows come home. Who voted for Abdul El-Sayed in the state of Michigan? College-educated white people and young people. Who voted for Haley Stevens in the state of Michigan yesterday? His opponent? People, working class people without a college degree, and black people and brown people. So understand something. Democrats, you want to take back the Senate? You're running against a guy I served with, Mike Rogers. He's the Republican nominee in Michigan. He's going to be tough to beat. To take back the Senate, you got to win Michigan. You got to keep Michigan. This is something Democrats you need to acknowledge and be honest about. This guy, Abdul El-Sayed, he's another one of these Democratic socialist candidates. The Democratic socialist candidates are running away with the college-educated vote, the white college-educated vote, and the young people vote. These Democratic socialist candidates are losing the working class vote, and they're losing the brown and black vote. You can see where this is going to be a real problem for Democratic candidates. And Abdul El-Sayed is going to have one hell of a tough time winning in the state of Michigan, especially if he can't get working class voters and brown and black voters. Ain't no way on God's green earth he's going to win in the state of Michigan. I don't know what he's got to do to try to fix that, but he has to fix that. But this whole notion, these Democratic socialist candidates, like they're for the working class and capitalism is evil. Well, the working class ain't voting for them. Young, white, college-educated people are voting for them. Democrats need to have a big, wide open public talk and brawl about all of this after the midterms. This has got to be a part of it. Hey, that's enough for today. Thank you for listening. My Substack, Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com. Social Contract withjoewalsh.substack.com. Think about becoming a subscriber. It would really help. Paxis.app. I talked about those masked federal thugs earlier. Go to Paxis.app. That's our Know Your Rights tool that works on every single device you've got. It's for immigrants and citizens alike to know what their rights are to legally and lawfully fight back against ICE. Go to Paxis.app. Give it a look, give it a try. It's free of charge, and put the tool in front of anybody you think needs it. And as always, we're raising money to get this tool out there because it is free of charge. We've got a GoFundMe page. If you're duly inspired, make a contribution. Paxis.app. My email, thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh@gmail.com. Thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh, all one word, @gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.